$4 million.
The time is 6 a.m.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
Datagwan pa Watagwan.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people that I say we are march up the night. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't fit it dark. Shine your lights on. My emancipation don't fit your equation. I was on the humble, you on every station. Someone play young Lauren like she done. But remember not to game the one of the sun. Everything you did has already been done. I know all the tricks from bricks to Kingston.
Hey, good morning, sunrise.
You really lost one. You just lost one. It's so silly outcome when it's all done.
Hey, let me tell you something. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
One of the greatest albums.
Still one of the greatest
of all time.
Of all time.
Like, I know we throw around this GOAT term.
Man. No man, it's
like and it is because of a certain recency bias that everything in the now is like the greatest of that it's ever been.
Time.
But I remember when that album came out, it was like the greatest thing. You could listen it from the beginning to the end, including the interludes.
Talkings. It was a great album. So let me tell you something. If you are a youngster and you're like, who is Lauryn Hill and what's he talking about?
Miseducation.
Spotify, YouTube, Google. I don't know how to do it these days, kids. Listen to the Lauryn Hill album called Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Not only
remember
that,
Auntie TK sent you.
You know how much pitney. You know much boy pitney named Zion because of the album. You know how many pick the name Zion because of the album there? Almighty God.
Now the joy
of my world is Zion. Marching to Zion, marching. Beautiful, beautiful Zion. Beautiful, beautiful Zion.
You know where people need to be marching to now? Work.
Yeah. Got to work.
Go.
The free paper is burnt. Yeah.
How was the Labor Day for you, Dennis?
It was a lot of work.
I can imagine.
I was up early, and somebody. So I posted a picture, and someone said, "I can tell you didn't do any work." It was a joke.
Well,
and I'm like
sweating and
I'm like
looking.
I'm like becoming a paint up.
Okay.
I'm like,
you're too clean.
Well, I'm not.
It's true.
But my work never finished until like well after 7, after 8. I was working because there's pre-production, there's production, and then there's a lot of post-production, and I was doing a lot of work in post.
Because you were capturing, you were not only at the site working, but you were also capturing others working and then editing the work so that people could see the work that was working.
And if you didn't, and if you say, oh, that's not real work, but let me not do it now. Let me not do it now. Hey, don't do it.
Well, I represented those of us who worked internally.
Internally?
I did homework. Let me tell you something. You know how you can have a house, right?
Yes.
That just gathers some things.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how you don't need the things until it's time to go through the things. I went through the things on my Labor Day and got rid of some things. And I really encourage
getting
people
rid of
today,
things, there's a whole politics of getting rid of things, you know.
And if I tell you, especially when there are others in the home that believe. Remember that thing when we did use 16 years ago? Maybe one day next year we're going to use it again. Don't throw it away. I'm throwing it away.
Well, I'm one of those people who it takes long for me to throw away the things, you know.
Don't throw it away.
But like what happened is I'll find 99 reasons why it's not to throw away. Whereas other people at my house, they're going to throw away the things.
No, man,
then.
I'm the throw-awayer of my home.
But the truth is that like when my mother take me, I'll throw away the things, you know. I'll throw away the things. I mean, I need Labor Day. Well, like my head would just take me and the things are gone.
Yeah.
But
to get to that point,
it takes some build up.
No, you see when you walk into a space for me and it's just whole heap of things in the space.
Oh no, I don't like that.
You see things, you know that
the
things something there. I cannot manage it, so I have to look and say, how often do we use it? Say, see if I have, let's say it's 4 of us live in the house. I may have 20 of them mugs. They're perfectly good mugs. I'm going to give some away. I don't need 20. When I do with 20, I don't have 20 people coming over.
So you're not one of those people. You're not one of those people like a previous generation who like you keep up your nice crockery.
No, everything in my house I have to use. I'm the best guest of my home.
That's an interesting way to put it. That's an interesting way to put it.
I am the guest.
No,
I am the birthday.
Like you have some glass. You have some glass and you have some plate and you have some cup.
I am using it.
That's only use a special occasion.
No, I remember those days and maybe that's why I'm like that now, because it was like, oh, let me get, no, put that down. That's not for you. That's for when we have guests. Excuse me. It's our home. Let's do it. Anyway, that is me still. Yeah. I'm not saying, it's
what
not
type of person are you? The thrower away?
Yeah. Throw away.
Drop it in the comments. Are you the thrower away or are you the hoarder?
And people don't like the term hoarder. They like to say, no, we find things. How come my friend said to me, yes, we find them useful and we find use for them, even if it's not often. If it's not often,
you know what I find? I think that it's not that people trying to hoard things. They're trying to hoard memories.
Yes, absolutely. I understand that.
And you're afraid that if you throw it away, then you'll need it, or you won't. If you throw it away, you won't have it anymore.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of it before I throw it away for you.
Speaking of pictures,
that's like with me.
For me, that's why my phone is always full to the brink, no matter what size phone I have.
Look at the pictures. I always wonder about that. When people, if you're the person who, let's say you go to the beach or something, right? Yeah. And you take a picture of a tree or you're at an event and you take it. Oh, the people who record the fireworks for New Year's, right? You go for New Year's, you're on the waterfront, you take a video of the fireworks. It's beautiful, right?
You post it.
When do you watch it? When? Here, let me
So you're saying throw it away?
When do you watch that again? Experience the thing, and then go your yard and tell people about it.
I need a digital Labor Day when I clean house.
I do that all the time. Do you know I clean out my phone every month?
What do you mean you clean it up?
Every month I go through my photos and videos and delete what I don't need. Like screenshots that you know how we are. If you register for something, even though them say you're registered, me I go take one screenshot just in case. You know what I mean? So I have a
lot of just in case.
No, I do every month.
So you don't keep receipts?
Nothing. I'm that girl.
I gotta keep the receipts.
No.
You sign something and you keep receipts, and somebody said something, and just in case they try to flip it.
Although, to be fair,
so you keep receipts.
I delete it off of my phone, but everything is on my Google Drive. I don't delete off of my Google Drive, just in case.
Just in case.
That's my backup.
I like it.
That's
just in
my
case you
backup.
sign. Speaking of signing something.
Yes.
Khadijah Bunny Shaw signed a new contract with Manchester City.
I know. I
didn't think she was leaving.
Well,
I honestly didn't think she was leaving.
She did an interview where she said that she found City to be like home, and she was looking forward to continuing with them.
And I just didn't get the impression that she wanted to go to Chelsea.
She's doing
I think her
City.
handlers managed the situation well. They wanted a new contract, and they got a new contract. And so...
Because they were talking about her moving over to Chelsea, you say?
Yeah.
No,
and I was like, Chelsea? Nah.
Well, wherever she goes, I'm sure she would shine. But I'm happy that she's staying with City. I think she's a good fit. It looked like she have a good vibe with them. And clearly she's performing very well.
She's performing very well.
Very well.
Leading goal scorer in the women's soccer league, in the WSL in England. And I'd just like to see her continue to do well. It was a good year for the Jamaicans. Leon Bailey won the Europa League with Aston Villa. So, I mean, it was a good year. Speaking of sport.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
And what were you about to say?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
So did you
I feel like you're going to talk about it.
Did you see this this American chap?
Oh, yes.
Who made a comment about bringing down Usain's record at the enhanced games and then not.
Remind us what the enhanced games are again.
So the enhanced games is a sporting event, an athletic event, but the defining feature of the enhanced games is that you can get juiced up.
Drug out games. I've never heard of my life.
I call it the dirty games. The dirty, the
drugged out games.
I mean, and of course, it's controversial because it's paying a lot of money, and of course, the anti-doping regulations that attend other events don't attend for this one.
Interesting.
And so, anybody who was inclined to use performance-enhancing drugs can use it. And of course, the chap says, Usain Bolt's record is gonna fall. And so a media house locally put up that, and Usain commented in the comment section, okay. Like Jay-Z. DJ, like what Jay-Z said.
I hear you.
Okay.
I said that. That's my, okay, I hear you. I hear you.
And you said, okay, I went in the comments, and I was like, this is ridiculous, because...
National treasure, watch it there.
Yeah, see there, so he wrote, he didn't say anything, he just wrote national treasure, hashtag, okay, yeah.
But can you imagine having a record that's even doped up, people cannot beat?
I'm like, because you're not good.
To the world. Okay?
Youth, I'm not even going to call the youth
to the
name.
World.
Youth, you're not good. You're damn good.
Watch there, you
watch legend.
Watch clean.
Watch a legend.
Watch your athlete. Watch your Olympian.
Good morning,
Usain Bolt.
But I'm saying, even if he ran lower than 9.58, it still wouldn't have. It would have been an enhanced record.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have been breaking Usain's record. Like, I wonder if you understand, it's a 9.58 and a boy business.
I tell you.
Like he ran 9.9 something, and I'm like, that's not even remotely close. 998 or something like that. Yeah.
With the enhancements.
With the enhancements. Imagine if he didn't have enhancements. He wouldn't even win at Boys and Girls Champs.
That's true, you know.
Move. Hey. Go round. Come go round. Come go round. You know, we have one dog where make nights in the yard. Come go around.
Wait, hold on, before we go, I know it's time to go, but we have to say a huge happy birthday. Is it Nicalia, who turned 10 years old yesterday? Well, it's
Nicalia Stevenson.
Nicalia Stevenson, she turned 10 yesterday. Nicalia, double digits here, my friend. So birthday greetings coming from your mom, Tobia, and dad, Gishard, and all your family and friends, and all the way in St. Elizabeth. Everybody's telling you happy birthday, baby.
I'm sure she's not 10 there.
And the reason that we came into Lauren Hill, just FYI, it's Lauren Hill's birthday. Remember, Miss Education of Lauren Hill. Happy birthday, Lauren Hill. You guys go look her up. But also, it's time for a little pocket. Are you ready for a little pocket?
I need
sunrise?
a little pocket.
I feel like it's time.
My
Pocket of sunrise, me now, please.
There's the weak music, Arians, Hawaiian captivity, required from us the song. Now house John, we sing the Lord's song, these streets. There's the weak music, Arians, Hawaiian captivity, required from us the song. Now house John, we sing the Lord's song, in these streets. Fight that even song. Captivity required from us the song. Now house John, we sing the Lord's song. These streets. There's the weak music, Arians, Hawaiian captivity required.
Days at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Illness has many faces. 1 in 4 people will be affected. Protect what matters with critical illness insurance. The time by Sagicor Life is
6:15.
Every great project starts at Creative Building Finishes, Jamaica's only choice for the best tiles, best bathrooms, and best kitchens. Whether you're designing, building, renovating, or selecting materials for your next project, we offer exceptional quality, standout designs, and expert guidance you can trust. Visit our showroom in Kingston or Traxall, or explore our full range online at www.creativebuildingfinishes.com. Creative Building Finishes, your beautiful finish begins here.
Already have a T-Tag for your vehicle? Just top it up and go through. Download the My T-Tag app, available on Google Play Store or the App Store, and add funds to your T-Tag from anywhere you're there. Also, keep checking the LED screens at our toll plazas for periodic promo codes, which will give you bonus T-Tag credit when you enter it in the My T-Tag app. Top up your T-Tag and continue to go through quicker and cheaper on Transjam highways.
Before the first patty's made, there are hands that raise it, hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
What a go on?
What a go on?
That a go on, pa.
What a go on? What a go on?
What a one! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
And that's a go on, pa. What a go on?
Welcome back. 20 minutes after 6 on this Tuesday morning. It is a Tuesday morning. For the record, it is not Monday. It might feel Monday-ish, but it is in fact Tuesday morning, and it's now time for your Tuesday morning headline. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot. Good morning. I like the dot dots on your clothes.
Oh, it's the dots from the... I see what he did there. I'm like,
you never used to do that?
No.
You never used to?
That is
come on.
When I say I first in my life, I'm hearing that. Say it again.
Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot.
Guys,
you have the
anybody
cooties.
Else? Anybody else?
You have the
Foreign thing
cooties.
that, Dennis.
Oh my God.
Dennis, that's not local.
Seriously?
I'm a local girl, Dennis.
You have the cooties?
I know the cooties. I know that.
And so
circle,
to
circle,
ensure
dot,
that you don't have the cooties,
So what am I
have to say circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot.
So that's your shot? You shot yourself? That's your shot of...
So you have the cooties. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot. You have the cooties. I don't.
That's not local. I mean, I like it. You know, I'm not judge you. I'm just telling you.
But there is an actual etymology from it, because they're usually, but early vaccinations used to give you, remember, look here, circle, circle, dot, dot, used to be.
No, I know, because we all, Jamaicans all have them little, that scar on them hand from their shots. Yeah, man, I know what you're talking about, and I'm just telling you that you're the only person who has ever said it.
I'm not even going to ask a boy, like the blank look on a boy's face.
Everybody's face in there is like, we have no idea what you're talking about, but we still love you. That's what those looks are.
Okay.
You know what else? We love the headlines.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, Prime Minister calls for JCF to review protocols for handling injured and deceased persons. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is calling on the Jamaica Constabulary Force to review its procedures for assisting injured persons and removing bodies from crime scenes. Holness stated that the review of procedures will be discussed at the National Security Council, stressing that how people are treated in vulnerable moments reflects the kind of society Jamaica is building. While commending the JCF for continued reductions in murders and violence, the Prime Minister reminded officers that their main duty is to protect life and treat citizens with professionalism and respect. He also added that investments in the country's national security are critical to economic growth, job creation, and improving living standards. And this information comes on the heels of last week's police shooting and killing of 45-year-old Latoya Buju Buldin in Granville, St. James, where residents protested not only on the shooting, but also the manhandling of her body afterwards. Yeah, so, I can see where, you know, a lot of people were talking about the handling of the body afterwards, and there was, of course, the side of, well, this is their job, they do this every day, it's kind of like a doctor. You can't expect a doctor to internalize and necessarily treat with patients in the same way that somebody who's outside of the field would treat with patients and deal with information. But at the same time, there is just the respect for bodies, the respect for people. That also is something that's discussed as well. So I can understand the Prime Minister addressing it for sure. Yeah. All right. So next up, Jamaicans urged not to squat on bauxite lands. The Jamaica Bauxite Institute, JBI, is urging Jamaicans to refrain from squatting on bauxite lands. I guess that means you can squat other places, but just not on bauxite lands. But anyway, Director of Bauxite Lands and Program Manager for the Bauxite Community Development Program, the BCDP, Kemoy Lindsay, stated that the Institute spearheads activities related to the protection and sustainable management of bauxite lands, as the lands are utilized both before and after mining to support agricultural production, which requires careful infrastructure development planning across the 5 bauxite parishes. Lindsay noted that they've already been active in removing several squatters from the bauxite spaces where the lands have been earmarked for projects and development, and that increasing enforcement will be carried out later this year. So it's a warning, don't squat there, you will be removed, and then next thing you know, you got to set up shop and you have to go tear it down?
Well, all right. First of all, remember that they have to say these things because there is a thing called adverse possession.
You're right.
And if you squat on a piece of land for a particular period of time, and you are not told to get off, you then can...
You have legal rights to
claim under
it.
adverse possession. So increasingly, you have to periodically tell people to not be on the land. I mean, I'm no expert in this area, so I can't speak to whether or not that's why they have to do it. But let's think about it. I mean, from what we do know, the way bauxite lands are treated before, during, and after, there's process and there is science to it. There's a reason why you do what you do. And so, for instance, land might be earmarked for bauxite mining. And so you have to treat the surface level in a particular way. So you lift off it's almost like, imagine you have a carpet or you have an area, right? And you have to cut it and lift it off and displace it. And then you dig, you mine. And then after, when you're finished, you have to put it on back, which is why...
And make it stay for a period of time.
Which is why bauxite lands after the mining, a lot of it was used for cattle grazing for many years. So bauxite industry and the dairy industry or the beef industry were closely related because you had afterwards, you had it utilized for that purpose. And so you had, for instance, the cattle grazing over time, the trampling of it kind of helped it for setback and all sorts of things. But also, I mean, think about, you've disturbed underneath. And then now somebody's going to build on top, a permanent structure, which could become, in the future, 1 2-story house. It could become one community, which now you go on water, but the ground, but the below the pits surface has been disturbed. Your pit, you understand? All of these things have been disturbed, and so there's purpose for that the land can be put to afterward. And if you allow it, you're just gonna have a sprawling squatter community on a space that should never have had it. What often happens is it's used for agriculture sometimes. So you know what? Another thing that benefits from the bauxite industry is sport. So you used to have a lot of cricket and football pitches that were made available because that's the utilization afterward. Again, people run up and down and it set back and that kind of a thing. So there are so many reasons why you would not want to squat on bauxite lands, and there are certain purposes for the land afterward. And over the years, if you think about some of the big cricket clubs in Jamaica, a lot of them were
bauxite lands.
Coming on bauxite lands afterwards, when you think
and if you didn't know, now you know. Now you know. But that's all the time that we have for our headlines this morning. Diaspora Link Up is up next. You don't want to miss it. Come back to us.
BRB.
Cootie, how you go? Circle, dot. Now I have my cootie shot. I learn something new every day. Every day.
Of shopping. Discover the best finds in every aisle of amazing items. For your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom, or any room, Azan Supercenter has that perfect touch to elevate your space to the next level. Our team is ready to help you find what you are looking for you or someone else. So stop by our Crossroads store today and rediscover the fun of shopping.
Azan Supercenter, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
La
Lasco food drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco food drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options, so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco food drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lasco Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
We are proud to supply all of Jamaica with the highest standard of gas products to keep you safe and well taken care of. Choose well. Choose IGL.
The time by IGL is
6:30.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
And that's a guan pa. What a guan?
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
And that's a guan pa. What a guan?
Tune in to Lead Story. Weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jodianne Quarry.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
What is the Popeyes Challenge Cup? The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4 ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from round 2, and the second and third place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from round 3, the JPL champion, and the first place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVM TV. Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan pa.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
Datagwan pa. Watagwan.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
A moment like this changes you. Only God could have written this story. The younger version of me would have never imagined this, and yet, somehow, I was always meant to be here. Expressing myself through food in front of the world feels unreal. Just the beginning.
All right, the foodie footballer. The foodie footballer indeed. Welcome back to the show. Now, if there is one good thing about Jamaicans, some of us know how to throw it down real good in the kitchen, and we dominate any and every competition that we enter.
That is true.
And so our next guest, who is zooming in, is becoming a household name, recognized for her creativity, storytelling, and elevated approach to Caribbean cuisine. She gained national attention as a featured contestant on MasterChef Season 16 Global Gauntlet, proudly representing Jamaica through bold flavors and modern culinary expression. We're excited to speak with her this morning. Help us to welcome Takaya Dryden to the show.
Takaya, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
so good to have you as a footballer, foodie, chef, football person.
Tell us a little bit about what was going on just now. That marriage of football and food.
Yes, of course. And I think that's a great question. So this year's theme, MasterChef Season 16, is surrounded by the World Cup. And that was an apron reveal. Figured I'd tie in the concept of the World Cup and MasterChef in one. So, yeah.
Takaya, for those, there are a few people who are like, MasterChef season, what? Gauntlet? What is MasterChef? Tell us just real
For those
quickly,
people who are not familiar.
Aren't familiar with the show. What is MasterChef and why is it so important to be a part of it?
Yes, so MasterChef is one of the biggest cooking shows in the world. It features Chef Gordon Ramsay, and it's a competition where people from all over the nation are competing for $250,000 and the MasterChef title. This year's theme is so important because it is featured around the World Cup and it's tying in all nations. This year's theme is featuring the Americas, Asia Pacific, Africa, and Europe. So it's very important. Yeah.
Takaya, first of all, help us to understand your culinary story, your journey as, a girl who's been passionate about food. And how has your Jamaican-ness been interwoven into that journey?
Yeah, so my journey it's been a long one and it has not been an easy one within the culinary industry. I went to culinary school and then growing up, I had a strong passion for baking, for cooking. Everyone in my family cooks, they know how to bake. And I think with tying in my heritage, it's so important because our food sometimes is not always seen on the fine dining scale, you'd say. So what I want to do is really redefine how people see Jamaican cuisine.
Now, with MasterChef specifically, I mean, the cameras are on, the time is ticking, you have all these other competitors. What has that experience, because you're currently in season 16, what has that experience been like for you?
Yeah, the experience has been intense. What people don't see is that you only have 45 minutes to cook a meal that you'd cook it at home and you usually are not being timed, You have an endless amount of time at home to cook a meal, but in the MasterChef kitchen, once those 45 minutes are up, it's up. If you miss something, you cannot add it back to your plate. If you are not finished, you can't continue. So the time it's really intense. And it's a really crazy scene. It's like your temperature is rising and yeah.
Well, tell me also real quickly so we can understand the stakes. What happens if one wins MasterChef? Like, what are you competing for?
Other than money.
Is it money? Or is it a contract? Or is it...
Yes.
So what is it?
$250,000, is it?
If you win MasterChef, you get $250,000, which is $250,000.
Yes, sir.
And the MasterChef U.S. title, but then also like MasterChef opens up the doors for so many people. So the fact that out of thousands of applicants, only 20 people make it onto the show. So that's like really something special. And there are endless opportunities after that. So once you're on, the world is basically yours,
And certainly, one of the things about you on the show, I've gotten the impression that people connect with you because it's not just that you can cook, but your story is one that people identify with. What is it that you think? What is the feedback that you've gotten why people feel that connection with you?
That's a very interesting question. And I just think I'm naturally and authentically myself. I'm being me, and I'm expressing myself through food, and I think people see that and they are inspired by that, and I love that people are able to connect with me on that level, and they can relate to me, and that they love what I'm doing. It just tells me that I should keep going, you know.
But speaking of relating to you, just real quick, just personally, where is your family from in Jamaica?
Yeah, so my mom is from Kingston and my dad is from Montego Bay, Catherine Hall.
Okay,
nice.
The two ends. All right, you're representing the two ends of Jamaica. Two cities.
Yeah. And you know, I ask that kind of a question because if you're going to get on MasterChef and you're going to get on, as in where you are as a finalist, you probably can cook. Everybody can cook. So it's not, you're not defined by being able to cook. There must be that edge, that something, that special something. And, you know, the moment I hear that you're on MasterChef, I'm like, oh, Lord, I wonder how she and Gordon Ramsay get along. Is he as horrible as he sometimes seems? What's the dynamic between it? Because it's not only about cooking under pressure, but it's also dealing with Judge Dredd.
Yes, that is an amazing thing to say. The judges can be very intense. You walk up to them with your food and you're like, what are they gonna say? But you know, 9 times out of 10, I'm like very confident about the taste, the flavor, the flavor profile for my dishes. Gordon Ramsay is actually an amazing person. I think he's a pretty great judge. You know, I just think he's very real. You know, if you do something that, you know, is not right or something goes wrong, then you should expect to get that authentic, mean persona. But he's an amazing judge. He was nice to me, at least, you know.
Takaya, you know, we have to run, but for those persons who are watching, especially maybe a young girl now in either Montego Bay or Kingston or even anywhere in the diaspora, and they think, well, Takaya can do it. I mean, I can cook and that's a dream, but there's no way I could do something like what Takaya is doing. What would you say to that person? What gave you the confidence to even go after this in the first place? What's your mindset like?
Yeah, I would say that if I can do it, they can do it too. I don't think you should limit yourself, you know. The world has endless possibilities. When I first started, they actually reached out to me, and it was something that was very unexpected, and I didn't know whether or not if I should do it or if I shouldn't. But I said, you know what, I am gonna do it. And I prayed over it, you know, I asked God for guidance, and it happened, you know. I had to be brave. I had to be confident in who I was, confident in my skills. So I would tell any, you know, be brave and go out there and apply yourself to everything that you want to do in life. And don't let fear be the direction of your choices.
A beautiful message to send there. It is so beautiful also to see Caribbean cuisine represented at this level, on this stage, and shining through. Wishing you all the best, and of course, keep our flag flying high. Our guest has been Takaya Dryden, MasterChef contestant. It's now time for a break. We're gonna ask you to stay with us right here on Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Takaya does make me hungry. I couldn't eat the food. Should I eat them?
Lucozade, bring the energy. Unbeatable taste, new look.
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibe. vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
Lasco Food Drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco Food Drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options, so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco Food Drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lascala Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it, hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
That's a guan pa. What a guan?
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Hey, thanks for staying with us here on Sunrise. Well, about 2 months ago, we learned about the story of little Daniela Peebles, a brave young girl who is undergoing medical treatment overseas and needs our help. Well, this morning, we're highlighting a swing for Daniela Peebles. It is a charity golf fundraiser being held by the Jamaica Golf Association. It's coming up on May 30. Participants are encouraged to wear pink or purple, and the goal is ultimately to foster community and compassion. Now, the president of the Jamaica Golf Association, Jody Munn-Barrow, is here to highlight the golfing community's commitment to supporting Daniela. Jody, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so very much for having me this morning.
First of all, we thank you for seeing this need and moving to fill a gap in a way that the golfing community can. Why was it so important that you spring into action?
Well, we all personally know Daniela.
Oh.
Her father is the director of golf at Trial. He's a national coach for the Jamaica Golf Association. When we have our Jamaica Open at Trial, Daniela is always there. She drives in the golf cart with me and we watch the participants play.
Yeah.
So it's very personal, I think, to most of the golfers because we know her. And she's such a beautiful child.
Wow. And so, in designing this fundraiser, what are some of the things that went into planning it and making it a fundraiser that is deeply connected with her?
Well, we reached out to the various golf courses, and of course all of them stepped up and said we will help in any way. So the Upton Estate by Sandals jumped up and said we would love to host. They gave us the date. They're giving us the golf course free of charge. So everything that we earn on that day will go towards Daniela's care. The golf courses have given us prizes. Other hotels have given us prizes. So it's something that we know will do well once we get the participation.
And speaking of participation, you know, of course, this is a golf tournament. So I'm thinking professional golfers who have years of experience. Who is this?
Anybody. We did it to have, we have a team event. So it's a 2-ball event, 2 persons. So even if you're beginning, you can, you know, find a veteran golfer and come out and support. And it's all for fun. It's all for charity. You know, it's really to just have a good time and to think about her and to see how we can help.
You know, one of the things that really impressed upon me when we did that interview, I almost feel emotional talking about her. It's just the way in which when she was asked, you know, what she's worried about, what she's concerned about school.
She's like, I just want to know how I did in school.
You know,
like,
she wants to see her report.
And that is her.
It's just about excellence.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that this is executed excellently, representing like what she's passionate about, because she's just such a star.
No, she is such a beautiful soul. Anybody that meets her, you know, you just melt around her. And very smart, very outgoing. And you know, as a golfing community, we tend to always support charitable you know, foundations and organizations, and this is something that we couldn't pass. You know, it is so important to us that we try to give her as much support that we can.
And for those people who probably even missed, you know, that episode, Daniela is suffering from a type of cancer. Well, when last we spoke with her, she was in the hospital overseas, and we spoke with her aunt, and the treatment that she requires is extremely costly. And so it's, you know, all hands on deck to kind of help Daniela through this period. You know?
Absolutely, and I can report that she's doing well. Her treatment is going very well. She's responding very well to the treatment, and that's really what we need to hear.
Yes.
And, you know, even when you call her with everything that she's going through, because, you know, chemo can ravage the body, she's still so positive about it, you know.
Well, she has such a beautiful spirit.
And she was so excited the other day because she was able to go to the zoo. You know, that was a big thing for her. She was able to go to the zoo.
Nice. So tell us, how might persons actually be able to make a contribution in terms of, you know, participating, or can people who are not golfers watch? Like, if somebody is moved by this conversation, how can they?
Well, they can reach out to
you?
the Golf Association first and foremost. We also, through our social media pages, we have the link for the sign-up sheet for the tournament. So the golfers that want to play, there's a sign-up sheet there. We also have the link to her GoFundMe page. If there are any corporate bodies out there that want to join on, just reach out to us at the Golf Association. You know, as much that we can raise, that's the key thing that we're looking at. So anything even outside of the entry fees, if there's any corporate bodies that want to jump on board, please just reach out to the association. And if you just want to come and support us, and you can make a donation when you get there at Sandals, you know, we're open to that as well.
What's the day going to be like? Is it going to be a lot of fun and excitement? And,
Absolutely.
I mean, if somebody's never been to a golf tournament before,
like, golf had to be quiet so that people can concentrate
quiet when we're hitting the ball. Quiet when we're hitting the ball. But because it's fun, you'll see people will be out there in the cart sometimes with their little speakers and music is playing and everybody's having a good jam and a good lime, and you know, that's really what is it with her. You know, we can't be out there and it's all doom and gloom. It's all joy. So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Nice. I look forward to it. And I hope that person said, for those of you who want to donate, please take a screenshot of your screen, or take a picture of your screen, or you can hold up your phone to the screen right now. There's a QR code right there. You can donate to the fundraiser.
And for more information at Jamaica Golf Association, where you can find the links, you can find all the details for May 30 golf competition. Let's do it, people. Let's go out and do it for Daniela, you know?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
So our guest has been Jody Monbaro, president of the Jamaica Golf Association. The news now, that's next with It's me, same one. Stay with us.
So we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
For reliable ICT technical support in the Caribbean? Look no further than Connex. Stay connected with your loved ones and businesses no matter where you are in paradise. Connex keeps you connected. Upgrade your network and embrace solar energy for your schools and businesses. Connex ensures seamless connectivity and sustainability. Connex, your trusted partner for telecom networking, software development, and solar installations. We design, install, connect, we deliver.
TransGem Highways is having a 50% Mother's Day discount on T-Tag packages. Get yours from the teller at the toll booth for only $1,250, including a $500 toll credit from May 4 to May 30, 2026. When you get your T-Tag, top up to keep using it. Choose whichever method of topping up is most convenient for you. Go through quicker with a T-Tag every time on TransGem Highways.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Jamaicans were out in their numbers for Labor Day 2026, with stakeholders participating in community projects aimed at improving schools, roads, health centers, and public spaces. The theme for this year's activities, One People, One Purpose, in all things Jamaica wins. In his National Labor Day message, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness reminded citizens that nation building is not solely the responsibility of the government, but a duty shared by every Jamaican.
Through the work of our hands, the discipline of our minds, and the generosity of our hearts, we will build Jamaica. This year, that call carries special urgency. Hurricane Melissa left deep scars across our nation. While many communities, businesses, and families have recovered to varying degrees, there are still households without proper shelter, social amenities, and stable livelihoods. To those Jamaicans still struggling, I want you to know this. You are not forgotten.
The Prime Minister also pointed to the government's ongoing support for families affected by Hurricane Melissa, noting that more than $67 billion have been committed to recovery and rebuilding efforts. Dr. Holness says this year's Labor Day theme reinforces the importance of collective action, urging Jamaicans to see themselves as active participants in the country's reconstruction and development.
This is our opportunity to correct old weaknesses, reduce future risks, and create communities that are more resilient to storms and other shocks that may come. We may not rebuild Jamaica in a single day, but we can each do something meaningful. We can repair a leaking classroom at the community basic school. We can replace a broken window at the clinic. We can clear overgrown areas at the community center. We can clean our front yard, gateways, drains, and sidewalks. Small acts multiplied across a nation creates powerful change. My fellow Jamaicans, Labor Day is not only about work, it is about purpose, it is about service, it is about discipline, it is about national pride. If each of us does our part, no storm, no setback, and no challenge can defeat this nation. Together, let us build. Together, let us prepare. Together, let us recover. Together, let us strengthen Jamaica.
In the meantime, opposition leader Mark Golding is also calling on Jamaicans to play their part in building the nation. In his Labor Day message, Mr. Golding says nation building cannot be the responsibility of the state alone, but must be a shared responsibility among all citizens. However, he says many Jamaicans continue to face daily challenges amid rising costs and economic pressures.
As we commemorate Labor Day, we must also speak honestly about the present moment. Across our country, too many hard-working Jamaicans are feeling the strain. Many families still have not recovered from last October's terrible hurricane. Many are still living under leaky blue tarpaulins, and each shower of rain is a torment for them. With war and international aggression far and near, the rising cost of living is a heavy burden on families. Many workers are struggling to make ends meet. Young people, educated and ambitious, are searching for meaningful opportunities to thrive here at home rather than abroad, but are too often left disappointed. Labor Day demands reflection and action. We must ask ourselves this important question: are we doing enough to ensure that work truly provides dignity, stability, and a pathway to a better life?
The opposition leader further states that his administration will continue to advocate for legislation aimed at building a better Jamaica and improving the lives of its people.
We will continue to advocate for policies that inspire a more equitable society and build the social cohesion that sustains national development. Labor Day reminds us that in Jamaica, progress has never come from silence, complacency, or inaction. It has always come from engagement, from dialogue, and from action driven by the collective will of the people. Today, as we take part in community projects across this land, let us remember that our small acts of community service reflect a much larger truth. If history has taught us anything from 1938 to today, it is that when Jamaicans stand together, we can overcome any challenge. When we work together, when we care for each other, when we respect the value of each other's contributions, and when we act with collective purpose, we strengthen our communities and we build a greater nation.
Over to sports. WSL Golden Boot winner Khadija Bunny Shaw has officially extended her stay at Manchester City, signing a fresh 4-year contract. With her previous deal expiring this summer, speculation grew that the 29-year-old Jamaican international might depart, especially after a lucrative £1 million annual offer from Chelsea. City put an end to the rumours on Monday, using the club's joint men's and women's victory parade to confirm she is staying with the league champions.
Wow. Bunny, that is a list of achievements. Is this perhaps your best season to date?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I've won the Golden Boot before, but to do it with this special group of people and to get my hands on the trophy, this one's definitely special.
Now, Bunny, at the celebration event last Sunday, the fans kept singing, "We want Bunny to stay."
We want more.
Come on! We want Bunny to stay. Okay, so Bunny, there is a bit of an elephant in the room as you stand here. do you have any update for us?
I'm still here. I'm still hungry. And there's no place I'd rather be.
Come on!
After months of waiting, I am happy to announce that I'll be staying at the football club.
Yeah, we're confident.
Jamaica's Reggae Boys launched their London training camp Monday as they prepare for Wednesday's Unity Cup showdown against India. Among the early arrivals were North American-based duo Nicholas Simmons and Joshua Grant, who participated in the session immediately after landing. Meanwhile, local Jamaica Premier League players involved in the recent final and third-place playoff left the island Monday night, arriving in the UK on Tuesday afternoon. Midfielder Tyrese Hall will also report for duty on Tuesday following his appearance in the League 2 playoff final between Notts County and Salford City.
Yeah, we're confident. You know, we have a lot of young, talented players across, which we can choose from. And a lot of the players, though, some of them is on holidays because they have a long season. So we thought a good mixture is the right thing to do this time.
That's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. We'll have more sunrise for you right after this.
Interest rates and the whole heap of loan payments every month? Take a debt consolidation loan from AIM to pay credit card bills and all other high interest rate loans from other institutions. Make one low monthly payment to AIM and take home some extra money in your pocket. That's financial freedom. One loan, one low payment, more money in your pocket. Call AIM today to lower your loan payments. And remember, you won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Every day we use our feet to walk, run, and take us places. But your feet can do something even more amazing. Join Guardian Group's Shine 5K Night Run Walk and make a stride to support KPH, the Falmouth Hospital, and Project Star. Saturday, May 23 in Kingston and Saturday, May 30 in Montego Bay. Register at run2shineja.com or runningeventsja.com and see you at Guardian Group's Shine 5K Night Run Walk.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it, hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a Guan! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
That a guan pa. What a guan?
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
All the things that you said was yours and mine. Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we've shed before? Did you ever stop?
Thank you for staying with us here on Sunrise. If you're just coming along, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Well, as humanitarian organizations and charities continue efforts to support vulnerable communities across Jamaica, many face major challenges when trying to import relief supplies from overseas. As the relief waiver has long passed, they're now faced with the heavy financial burdens of and mounting costs of clearance, as you would imagine that they should. Well, joining us this morning is Leroy Yuta, Acting Director of Airport Operations in Kingston, Jamaica Customs Agency, to break down the process that charities both locally and abroad must follow to ensure donations and relief items can reach those in need efficiently, and more importantly, legally. Welcome, Leroy. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me.
Well, this is really a follow-up conversation. We did have a conversation looking at it from the perspective of someone who is trying to bring in goods, but it is important for there to be balance in this conversation, and it's important for people to understand you can't just bring in things into the country in the name of charity, can you?
Definitely not. And importantly, most persons are of the notion that once you import something into Jamaica, whether it's humanitarian relief good and call it charity, that it is okay that you're going to be getting it duty free. That is not the case. So what I'm here this morning to educate Jamaicans, especially our families and friends in the diaspora. If you are overseas and you want to ship things to Jamaica, you need to ensure that first and foremost, the organization that you represent is registered with the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Society in Jamaica first. And that is how you get your charitable status. So those goods coming in can enjoy the benefit of duty-free, meaning there's no import duty or GCT applicable when importing these goods into the country.
Well, so question, because I had this conversation with some church folks early this year who wanted to bring, it was late last year into early this year, and they were bringing things into the country, and it was for churches that were damaged. And we're a church, and I can show you the receipts. All of these things were gifts. None of them were purchased. What are you talking about? We're a church.
So for clarity though, the goods they were importing into the country, was it for giving or was it to rebuild the church? Because that's very important.
What's the
because
difference?
The church in itself is a charitable organization.
Right.
So most churches in Jamaica are registered with the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Society. So they have that status.
Right.
But the goods must be used for an intended purpose. It must be for charitable status. So you can't just bring in goods into the island and say, okay, I'm going to be giving it whether for sports development or for the relief of the poor, or is it clothing, or is it pharmaceuticals that will aid in sustaining life after a natural disaster. So that is the purpose for the charity. You can't bring in the goods to rebuild the church and say that is for charity. It does not work like that.
I understand that. But so question, you were talking about groups and organizations. I am in the diaspora. I have a piece of food, some money. I want to send down 3 trailers full of. It's for charity. I don't want to earn $1, but I'm not an organization that has registered. Is there any facility for me as an individual?
All right. Yes, there are. There are reputable, charitable organizations in Jamaica that you can align yourself with. We have Food for the Poor, we have Salvation Army, and so many others. They are already registered in Jamaica. They are enjoying that benefit. So what you can do is ask them to clear the goods on your behalf. The challenge there is that that current department name is going to appear on the bill of lading, right? And that is very important because they are the status holder. So if you are not registered, align yourself with a reputable charitable organization in Jamaica and ask them to effect the clearance on your behalf. You could also ask them to assist you with delivery because they would already be familiar with Jamaica and the different needs for persons herein.
But what if, because persons might be concerned, so I have these things that I want to give to my community back in Senti. I have this, I know of a community in Big Woods in Westmoreland. And if I send it through Salvation Army, will it go to Big
where
Woods
I want it to go, as opposed to them utilizing it?
Very important. So it's one of two things. One, you can be here to assist with the delivery, or two, you can also come and register your organization with the charity, with the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Society. And most persons want to have their own foundation, a charitable foundation, to do the delivery and the distribution for themselves. It's a simple process. You just need your TRN, your tax compliance certificate, and then the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Society will walk you through the process. Once you're ready to...
Again, that's the Department of Cooperatives and that is not customs.
And that is not
so
customs.
If you're having challenges getting your certificate, that is not a... Because there's a way where customs get blamed for everything.
For everything. But that's not a customs issue. Once you are registered and you're ready to clear the goods or to ship the goods to Jamaica, now this is when customs comes in and your interaction with customs, right? A lot of persons are of the notion that once the goods enter Jamaica, you're going to get it free. No. There are different players in the shipping industry. There are your freight forwarders, your consolidators, the port operators, or the warehouse operator. There's also the trucking industry because they might need to move the trailer from one point to the next. And then now customs interaction is to ensure that, guess what, the documentations are correct, the registration with the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Society is in effect, and whatever fees are applicable for these goods coming in, customs will ensure that your goods are correctly examined, released after you pay those fees, and you get it to those persons who need it most.
So clarification, coming in, bringing the goods in as a charity, that no means that there's with no cost. It's just that you're not paying taxes and duties.
You're not paying the duties or taxes because that is remitted. So the import, if it's regular household items like your groceries, your toiletries, clothing, things like those, there's no import duty, there is no GCT, and you only pay 50% of customs administration fee.
But you do have, so you do have fees to pay.
There are some associated
You have fees to pay. There are associated costs.
Remember, you have your standard compliance fee or your environmental levy. But outside of that, those are minimal costs. Talking about the shipping industry now, you need to pay to validate your bill of lading. You need to pay the shipping line to get the goods into Jamaica. You need to pay the port operator who will be doing the handling of these goods for you. For example, a containerized shipment, it needs to be offloaded from the vessel. The container needs to be scanned. It needs to be stored. It needs to be lifted. A truck needs to move it from the vessel to store it. So all of those are associated costs.
Let me ask you this. For those, maybe there are some people who are organizations, maybe they weren't giving in Jamaica, but because of, say, for example, the hurricane or for whatever issue they're now starting, they want the information, they don't know it. Where does one go to get the process, the procedure, the associated costs? Is there a website or you just have to kind of know? No. You have to call Leroy. You have to just say, call Leroy.
You can call Leroy. You can also make contact with our public relations unit at the Jamaica Customs Agency and also our Jamaica Customs Agency website. You just need to just type in Google search Jamaica Customs Agency and it gives you all of this information.
jca.gov.jm, and there's also
and
a
you have
very
an
useful app
see there?
in the Android Play Store and the App Store.
So we have to call Leroy people. We can go on the app.
The information is there. The information is readily available.
Nice.
But
I gather you have all videos and explainers.
But we do encourage persons, if you have any challenge, just reach out to the Jamaica Customs Agency and we are more than willing to provide you with the information and the data.
I love that, Mr.
Excellent. Thank you.
That challenge.
Thank you very much.
This was, I found this very informative. I hope you did as well. So hope you were able to help charities better understand, or I'm sure he was better able to help charities understand the system, avoid costly setbacks, and ultimately ensure critical supplies get into the hands of the people who need them most.
That's
so a huge thanks to Leroy Yuta, Acting Director at Airport Operations from the Jamaica Customs Agency. And it's time for another break, but we have more for you, of course, on the flip side. Stay right here with us. They're going to stay right.
Then Tracy, I upset you so early. Lisa, stay with me there, please. Can you imagine my uncle send balls from foreign and the family go for clear it? You know I hear the price the people them put on the song. Then, for top that all off, half of the thing them out of the barrel missing, I'm not for ask if I know customs. Tracy, you're sure it's our customs? Lisa, stop going like you have no sense, man. You not see what happening in the media? Tracy, we have to be careful. You hear me I tell you? Listen, nobody listen to the hearsay. You did go down there for yourself? No, but then tell me. No, you go down there yourself? Listen, customs, them not go in your barrel, your suitcase, or your cargo unless you a ship or your agent is present. Remember, customs is mandated to protect the borders, facilitate trade, and collect revenue. You have to wise up in a Tracy and be careful. Remember, somebody have to present their shipment to them and they can do the inspection. So how customs ever get so much costing then? Tracy, remember, it's not customs alone involved in the clearance process. Only for other people involved. Look on it that way, your girl. If you have delayed bags, talk to your airline agent. If you have missing items, call your freight forwarder. You see if the customs duty looks shaky now, at them time that you can call customs. But listen me good. You see when you call customs, make sure you have your signed declaration or your C number. That way customs can help you better. We're never too old to learn. Exactly.
Gem Highways is having a 50% Mother's Day discount on T-Tag packages. Get yours from the teller at the toll booth for only $1,250, including a $500 toll credit from May 4 to May 30, 2026. When you get your T-Tag, top up to keep using it. Choose whichever method of topping up is most convenient for you. Go through quicker with a T-Tag every time on Trans-Gem Highways.
Hi, my name is Angela Knight, and my mother, who we call Mumba, she lived to care for her loved ones. So my mom, she has 8 children. She was also a single mother, and even though life was hard at some point, she never gave up. My mother found out that she was sick when she went into the hospital. The pain was so severe on her that they rushed her to A&E, and that's where they started to run tests, and that showed that it was eventually cancer, and from there, everything just went down. So I'm grateful for the decision to take out the Sagicor insurance policy because my mom was in the process of building her house, and that's where we are going to put the money to carry on our legacy.
It's game on at Quartz. Predict the way you watch the game every time with up to 30% off select items store-wide. Get your smart TV starting at $22,999 and recliners starting at $64,999. And you can get it now with Quartz-ready finance and pay later. It's game on. Predict the way you watch the game every time. Get what you need only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end May 31. Conditions apply.
Employers, your hard contribution builds a stronger workforce and strengthens the economy. It's not just contribution, it's transformation. The time by heart is...
I see your kids in the street, but not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? I saw us disregard a broken bottle top and a one-man soul. They follow each other.
So glad to have you back with us right here on Sunrise. Now meet Javon Gordon. He's a trailblazer in the field of communications and media, embodying resilience, ambition, and a deep commitment to transformative change. Growing up in a challenging community plagued by social ills, he overcame adversity, driven by the philosophy, with God, all things are possible. Armed with a first-class honors degree in integrated marketing communication and international relations and a master's in communication for social and behavior change.
Well, Javon is now shaping narratives as a communications and media specialist, a journalist, social media manager, digital creator, and radio and television host. His career, it seamlessly seems to blend his passion for media, government, impactful communication, and now he is being recognized as 2026 Caribbean 30 Under 30. Javon, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What are your resume long, sir?
Real.
Good morning, welcome to Sunrise.
I'm happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're from Spanish Town, St. Catherine, is it?
I'm from Linstead, so
Linstead,
St. Catherine. Yeah. So as the brief was saying, I'm from Princessfield in Linstead, and growing up in Linstead, you had a very from my parents, they gave me a normal childhood, but that didn't, I wasn't blinded by the fact of what is happening around me, because there were a lot of persons who didn't have that same stable home. They didn't have that access to opportunities or even educational opportunities as well. So when I saw those things happening, I was charged, because of the type of mom I had and parents, they charged me with the responsibility that, you should always give back. You should always find ways to, pave a way for others while you're paving it for yourself. So that's really and truly the foundation of my personality and foundation of everything that I do, in terms of finding a way in how I can use all the platforms that I have, all the job opportunities, or even my work, to see how I can help someone, or how I can, reach out to different communities and volunteer and so on. So that's like really who I am as a person in terms of giving back and being very, altruistic.
You're a modern communications professional.
Right.
Maybe back in the day, people, wanting to go in the field of communications wanted to be a journalist or in marketing or in this, but you've done a degree that kind of represents who you are, this integrated approach, putting all the things together. What did you want to be when you were deciding that you were wanting to be in communications, and how did you end up doing everything.
Right. I think a very important part of anyone is the people who pour into them. And in high school, you have that type of period when you were lost a bit. You know, that period when you were, picking all your subjects, kind of deciding what you do. You're not passing your science subjects, so you can't be a doctor. You don't like to read those heavy books, so you don't know if you want to be a lawyer. You're not good at sports, so you can't be an athlete. So what are you good at? But I was always getting much too talkative in class. I was always abreast with pop culture. I was always debating all of that type of stuff. So my teacher said, why not go into communication? And Archibald Gordon was also a past student of St. Jago High School, and Javon Keys was ahead of me as well. And they were saying that, Javon, this is the way to go. And I was saying, I'm not sure, because I really, my parents want me to become a lawyer, they want me to do this. And I said, no, man, go into communication. They had a web team at St. Jago High School, and I started managing the high school social media page. And that's when I said, oh, okay, this is something I am good at. And then that kind of went over into university, trying to find that right balance between how I can help people, how I can use communication to do that, and whatever field I go into, how I can, manifest that type of stuff. So I found integrated marketing communication, which blends digital media, how you can use social marketing to help people in terms of like changing their behavior and doing impactful campaigns so that it can help the community and people. And then doing IMC kind of influence the communication for social and behavior change, so I can really solidify and reinforce those social campaigns. So when I saw that communication really and truly, you can do anything with it, and you can go into whatever field and do the things that I love and passionate about. That's how I went into that career and use it up to this point to navigate my path and career.
Javon, for those of us who don't know, tell me a little bit about the Caribbean's 30 under 30, what it is and why it's so, great to be a part of it.
Well, the 30 under 30 Changemaker Award is a flagship award from the Institute of Caribbean Studies that's in Washington, D.C. It's a Caribbean advocacy group, and they pick out 30 people from the Caribbean with like thousands of applications, and they pick 30 persons. This year I saw a lot of Jamaicans in it, so congratulations to the other recipients of the award. But the 30 under 30, it's a very competitive award, especially these are persons on the committee who have, are doctors. They have paved the way in their career path. They know what they're looking for. They're looking for influential, and they're looking for people who really and truly make valuable contributions to their country. So when I saw that I was chosen, it really and truly made me believe that the work mattered. All the tutoring of the persons within my community, forming the youth clubs, volunteering in the different organizations and nonprofits, even in the university level and all of that type of stuff. And now using journalism as a tool of storytelling and, bringing stories for youth and seeing whatever policy it can influence and all of those stories that impact youth all over Jamaica. So receiving the award, it really said that the work mattered, and it being such a competitive award really actually speaks volume in terms of, I'm going down the right path, and I'm helping as much people as I can.
I want to pick your brain a little bit, Javon, because you're in a field that you've committed to, and you've committed resources to it, because you pay for a degree and you pay for another degree. But then there are people who are not paying for the degree or anything, and it's just vibes, and they're doing it too. And how do you feel about like people who think that they can do what you do? And I'm a social media guy and I have no experience, I have no training, but it's not that hard. How do you feel about those kinds of people or the people who hire people like you and just think, I don't need to pay him with his master's degree in this. I just pay a girl, and
Yeah, and they can't just use a phone.
Just use a phone.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more valuable than an accredited program that is taught to you by people who have done the work, who have been within the field for years, and those people you can build your network with. So even while you're doing the degree, it's not just about the theory that you're learning, it's about all of those external or external skills or soft skills that you learn doing that degree that are the priceless attributes or the priceless things that come out of doing that degree or being in the field. And those skills include such as the networking opportunities with your lecturers, with your tutors, and the peers that you have, because those are the people who will go into the different areas or go into the different industries that you can lean on. And in communication, you need that type of network.
Yes.
In those journalists that you're in Carmax, you have journalist students. Those journalists, you're sending your press releases to. You're sending that so you can reach so you can have that big reach. Now, not saying that the persons who don't have that type of accredited degree don't have credence within the field, but if you want to have that type of higher level in communication, understanding from a deeper understanding where communication, you have to understand the psyche of persons and their behavioral patterns. And that's something that you have to learn in a very highly skilled institution, or if you want to invest in yourself or invest in it, do your own research, and you have to pay for the courses or the programs that will help you to push you further within the communication field if you want to solidify yourself as a communication practitioner.
Javon, we have to go, but give me one sentence or two for the person who is looking at you. I asked Takaya as well, because it happens to me as well, where you see you now and you say, no man, Javon cut from a different cloth. He's I could never, look how he has ascended, but I could never.
Yeah.
What
There's
would
a
you
parent,
say?
or there's a parent whose child is saying, and they're like, no. No.
It's like, why you can't be like him? No, him different. Like, what would you say to that person who doesn't think they could ever get to the heights that you have reached, coming from wherever they are starting from?
Yeah.
In 2 sentences.
Yeah, in 2 sentences.
Or 3.
So one of the things that I've always said to young people is that don't let your environment be the definition of...
This has been Javon Gordon, 2026 recipient of the Caribbean 30 Under 30. He's one to watch. Coming up next, things are about to get a little sweet, like sugar, here in studio.
I like how that sounds.
We'll be right back. You'll see why.
Look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message to the pen and the clipper. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah, I'm asking him to change his ways.
Popeyes Challenge Cup. The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best of the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from round 3, the JPL champion, and the first place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVM TV.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
Lasco Food Drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco Food Drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options, so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco Food Drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lascala Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
I challenge you to a race tomorrow. Challenge on.
Here at Connex, we reward innovation, resilience, and creativity. These are the core values of Connex. Connex, Caribbean engineers at work.
A future feels safe when progress doesn't feel like a gamble. When support shows up exactly when it's needed. And when you don't have to pause your life to figure out your next steps. Since 1889, Scotiabank has been there for you in your moments. Helping to make big decisions feel just a bit easier. And when your life moved, we've moved with you, hand in hand, supporting you to dream bigger, to reach further, to pursue more.
Scotiabank, Scotiabank, your future is safe with us.
Scotiabank, your future is safe with us.
The sugar you want and the sugar you need. Tell me that should I follow you lead? I would not give you more than you bargained for. Wet sugar, oh granulated sugar, any kind of sugar. Sweeter than love makes it real. Oh, if it's sugar you want and the sugar you need. Tell me, babe, should I follow you lead? Not even
Sunrisers!
Hey!
Listen to me now. Prepare to be captivated as Jamaica's living musical legend, Richie Stephens, graces us with his presence. He's here this morning to tell us all about his new hit, Wet Sugar. 1.6 million views in 1 month. Now you know, say, that is a hit. Now, known for his incredible showmanship and fit as a fiddle lifestyle, he isn't walking on his hands in this video. He's running shirtless on the white sand as we saw in the video just now. Talk about smooth, captivating performances that embodies the vibrant spirit of Jamaica and the sweetness it brings. His latest single, Wet Sugar, got everyone buzzing. All 1.6 million of them. This song is a perfect reflection of Richie's encouraging talent or enduring talent and his ability to create music that's both soulful and irresistibly unique, and for decades and decades and decades. Welcome to Sunrise, Richie.
Sir Richie.
Yeah.
Thank you. Always good to be here. Not the day I was here.
You were here the other day.
Yes. And I'm back. That means
You must be doing something right. You must be putting out good work. But sugar, of course, we know that in the Jamaican parlance, in the Jamaican vernacular, and not just in Jamaica, but the concept of sugar, especially if you're a man of a certain age, sugar has various meanings.
So?
What does wet sugar mean in this context?
All right, so in this context, in this musical context,
yes,
wet sugar is about making the music sweet.
Oh, it's about making the music sweet?
Yes, and also it's appealing to the ladies, so we're just trying to be very nice so that we can sweet up the life of a woman. That's how we say.
Richie.
So if you want to sweet up the life of a woman, and you're a man, and you're a patriarchal figure, does that make you a sugar daddy?
Is that the ladies them say this is the sugar daddy song of the summer, you know? That them say on the streets, you know?
Is this the sugar daddy anthem?
It's the sugar daddy song of the summer.
All right, so my explanation to all of this is that the song is written in an ambiguous way.
Yeah.
So whatever you want it to mean, it is up to you. Whatever you want it to mean, it is up to you.
That is it.
So,
that is it.
So that is pretty much what is going on.
That is a safe diplomatic answer from a seasoned professional. But where does the song come from? What was the motivation? What was the vibe when the song was coming together?
One morning I was working out in the gym.
Of
and
course.
And this is one of the reasons why I love to work out, because that's when a lot of positive energies flow and creative energies as it relates to me and music. So I was there and the melody started playing in my head and I said, wow, nice melody, you know. Sugar, sugar you want, sugar you need, tell me babe, follow your lead. You know, I said, wow, I like this. So immediately I started hearing Duwali rhythm. If you notice, it's an iconic.
I was gonna say you hop on Pana.
Yes.
A kind of a modernized version of Diwali.
All right, so let me tell you that go now. From back in the time, 25 years ago, Diwali came out. And Lenky and I, we share a great relationship over the years. But for some reason, I just never got on the Diwali rhythm because I was busy doing my production. But I always said to myself, that's a missed opportunity. I should have been on the rhythm.
Can you do have a relationship with him?
Yeah, man, very good relationship. So watch this. So I call up Lenky. I say, Lenky, you know, say after 25 years, I feel like I need to get on the Diwali rhythm now.
Right.
And Lenky said, Richie, Diwali rhythm? No, man, I do something new. Mr. Lenky, it's Diwali rhythm me feeling now. You know the spirit of music go. Whatever you feel in your gut, you just try at least. So, him say, Richie, you know, a whole heap of people ask me if bring back the rhythm, you know. But I never do it. But I can't tell you no. You know why? Because several years ago, I chose him as a young musician. He was not known at the time to play on one of my legendary classic tracks. She's a Maniac with me, a Bounty Killer. Yes, as a little youth them time there. Yes.
Maniac on the floor.
So for that reason, Sir Richie, I can't deny you know, because I remember when you gave me that opportunity. So him say, all right, I know what I can do. So him recreate the rhythm in a now style.
Fresh
you
it
know,
up.
Yeah, fresh it up and spice it up and things. So he send me the track and I vocalize it and him love it and you know the rest is history. Now the song is out and
Clearly
my
doing
God,
very well.
Yes, man, the song is. I
Clearly
am just so
doing very
proud
well.
to know that after several years and so many years in the business, I'm still given the opportunity.
Which is where I wanted to kind of touch, because when you say she's a maniac, I'm thinking of when I was studying CXC when that song came out.
That's a long
time
That
ago.
means I never bought it, all right, people? That means I never bought it, okay? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. No, man, that's my story.
But hold on, no. So you go, she's a maniac.
Yes.
But also, you got a weakness for sweetness.
Yes, sir.
And everyone knows.
Yes, sir.
And so from your weakness for sweetness to know wet sugar, you come back again with this sweet business. Yeah? How is it that you...
We see a theme.
Come back, there's a continuous line that we're seeing.
Yes.
What's going on? I mean, how do you still remain relevant and find something that the market will click with? Because 1.6 million in a month is not on a boy business.
Yes, sir. All right, so let me just give all of the credit to the Almighty for blessing me with the kind of talent and the kind of musical ability to be able to still connect with people through music. Because it do get frustrating sometimes for many of us in the music business who used to hit it one time and all of a sudden you lost touch, you know.
Because it happens. Sometimes you hear somebody perform and you're like, stop, stop, please.
It is true. It is true. And I'm not here blowing my own horn. But I managed to still able to do some things, like when I perform on stage live, people come to me and say, my God, you perform like you're still 16. And I always have to say, you know, through physical exercise, I managed to maintain certain things over the years. And that's one of the reasons why I will never stop exercising. Because not just for music, but for life itself, you know, and thing. And then we can't take this for granted, the love of the people and the interest of the people. Because without the people, I wouldn't be encouraged to still keep up. You understand? So when people come up to me on the streets and say, Richie, boy, I would just love how you still keep active. Boy, I would just love how you still hold the notes on stage. Boy, I would just love how you still put out an effort to come out and give us the best show. That encouraged me.
Especially when somebody you them can't do a show. They might have a tune, a road, but them can't do a show, but you can still do a show.
Speaking of shows, real quick, is there anywhere that we can see Richie Stephens in action, whether locally or overseas? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I have a couple of shows. As a matter of fact, I have a summer tour that's take me all around America and Canada and other places. Unfortunately, there's no shows going on in Jamaica as such, where I can say I'll be over there, around here. But that's how it goes. It's seasonal. But nevertheless, I have several shows.
Your American and Canadian fans
man, and I
are
just
able to
got
see
back
you.
from Florida, where I did 2 shows in a row. 2 sold-out shows. Big up Willie, the legendary Willie Stewart from Third World. He put on a show called Rhythms of Africa. And trust me, it was out of this world.
Nice.
But we have to big up the fans wherever you are. Big up, thank you. We are nothing without the fans. The support of the people is of paramount importance.
And you know that this visit is nothing unless we hear what you have to offer.
So
we have to hear that wet sugar. So that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for choosing to rise with us right here on Sunrise.
Remember, stay safe, do good, and be sure to have a wonderful day. Get ready for a dose of pure island bliss as the man himself, Richie Stephens, performs for the very first time on morning TV, Wet Sugar.
From the Sugar Daddy for the summer.
Take it away.
Sweet like sugar, sugar. That's what you need. Sugar, sugar. Oh. She said the sweeter the love makes it real. Flavor, it means a lot. She loves a certain taste. And when it's sweet to see it's on her face, I lay it down, ready for her to take. Oh, if there's sugar you want and sugar you need, tell me babe, should I follow your lead? Not even the chocolate chip, as sweet as the candy stick. Sugar you want and sugar you need, tell me babe, should I follow your lead? I wouldn't give you more than you're bargained for. Sugar you want and sugar you need, tell me babe, should I follow your lead? Not even the chocolate chip, as sweet as the candy stick. Sugar you want and sugar you need, tell me babe, should I follow your lead? I wouldn't give you more than you bargained for. Baby, talk to me, just tell me I am here to do it for you. Yes, baby, just tell me what you really want me to do. How I'll get to you. I'll give to you 1,000 times. Let's do. Whoa, if there's sugar you want and sugar you need, tell me that should I follow your lead? Not even the chocolate chip, as sweet as the candy stick. Sugar you want and sugar you need, tell me that should I follow your lead? I wouldn't give you more than you bargained for. Sugar you want and sugar you need, Tell me that should I follow your lead? Not even the chocolate chip, as sweet as the candy stick. Sugar, sugar you want and sugar you need. Tell me that should I follow your lead? I wouldn't give you more than you bargained for. Wet sugar, or granulated sugar, any kind of sugar. Can't compare 'cause yours is sweet. Mix it up, sweet it up. That's what you need. The sweeter the love makes it real. Oh, if there's sugar you want and sugar you need. Tell me that should I follow your lead? Not even the chocolate chip, as sweet as the candy stick. Sugar you want and sugar you need. Tell me that should I follow your lead? I wouldn't give you more than you bargained for. Sugar you want and sugar you need. Tell me that should I.
Securing what matters most. The time by Hawkeye is 8 a.m.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
And that's a guan pa. What a guan?
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
And that's a guan pa. What a guan?
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is